So finally, we come to actually talk about this decimal place value system. And we get it because columns of tens and ones are only useful up to 99. What happens though when we get numbers bigger than 99, like 101 or 615 or 33,294? They obviously can't fit just in a two-column system, so we're going to need to have a method of aligning each of those numbers into broader column system, and that's where decimal place value system emerges. And what we do, we make more columns grouping by 10 each time. And so just as the tens column was formed by multiplying 10 times the ones column, the next one is going to be 10 times the tens column, which is hundreds, 10 times the hundreds column, until we get a complete table of column values. Remember, we always start with the right-hand column first, so the ones column is over here, and then we move left as the columns get bigger. The next one is the tens. 10 times ones is equal to tens, 10 times tens for the next one, hundreds, 10 times hundreds for the next one makes 1,000, 10 times 1,000 for the next one makes 10,000, 10 times 10,000 makes 100,000, 10 times 100,000 makes the millions column. How do we actually align numbers up using these column values? The main thing that we remember, the smallest column is always to the right, and so when we're writing numbers into this column value system, we always start with the furthest right digit first. So let's look, for example, at these numbers here, and we're going to start with number 37. What is the furthest digit to the right? And that's a 7, so we just put the 7 there in the ones column. Next is the 3, that will go in the tens column, and so we've lined 37 up into our column value system. What about the next number, 391? Well, again, we always start first with the ones column, which is the furthest right, then move over to the next one, which is the tens column, and that's a 9, and then move over to the next one. In that case, it's a 3, so we have 300s, 9 tens, and 1 1. And finally, this big number at the very end, start with the ones column first, and so a 5 goes over here in the ones column, the 2 goes into the tens, the 9 into the hundreds, the 1 into the thousands. The next digit is a 5, and that's going to go into the next column, which is the 10,000s. Finally, this 6 is going to go into the next one, the 100,000s. So this is 600,000s, 600,000s, 5 10,000s, 1,000, 900s, 2 tens, 5 ones. And that's how we place numbers in the decimal place value system. So let's just review. The decimal place value system is our system of counting, and we use things called natural or counting numbers. All numbers are made, or all natural numbers are made up of 9 digits and 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Numbers of 10 or greater, though, will need to use more than one column, and so what we do is we group each additional column by tens. Starting with the ones column, we then continue to create new columns just by multiplying the last column by 10, so it goes ones, tens, 10 times 10 hundreds, hundreds times 10 thousands, and finally we always write the columns from right to left, starting from the smallest. So the ones column is always the furthest over, then the tens, then the hundreds, and so on and so on. One final note is that you can notice if we look at these columns, we've been saying you just multiply the last column by 10, but another way you could think about it is that if you start with the ones, each column over is just going to be previous column with a 0 added to it. So instead of 1, we have 1 0, which is 10. Instead of 10, we have 1 0 0, which is 100. Instead of 100, we have 1 0 0 0, which is 1,000. And really, that's just the same thing as multiplying by 10. But this is an even easier way to think about it.